Hello and welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. This video is week 3 of our Christmas in July hop. Each Sunday we post videos that have a theme, and this week's theme is whimsy. So I thought, what is more whimsical than tie-dye? I don't know if you know this about me, but I wear tie-dye 99 out of 100 days of the year. So I wanted to start with these Erin creative tie-dye stencils. I don't know how this happened, but I've had these ever since they were released, which I think is over a year ago, and I think I used them one time. So I'm going to go ahead and use these today to make some backgrounds for some Christmas cards. And I'm going to start off with a couple different colors in Distress Oxide. I'm going to do 2 combos today. I'm going to do green and red, so I'm going to do Cracked Pistachio with Festive Berries because I thought those were kind of bright. And then on another set, I'm going to use Lucky Clover with Cracklin' Campfire, and those are darker and a little more rustic, and so I thought those 2 combinations would be fun to start with. I'm also going to break out my new set of blending foams. These finally came back in on scrapbook.com. If you need some, they came in a week or so ago, and they tend to sell out pretty quick. So I don't know if that's a supply chain issue. Maybe they'll be around all the time now, but I definitely grabbed this whole stack of them. So I use 1 foam per color for my Distress inks, and I leave the foam in the container with the ink pad. I use the little Tim Holtz containers for the Distress inks, and they the foam will slip right behind it. Tape, and I'm going to start with the green. Layer 2, find my corner, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to use this Festive Berries. And moving around just a little bit. 3 goes just like this. And I'm going back into my red. I like it. This one I did only use the ink that was left on my foam, and it did give the look of a totally separate, like a lighter red color. For this next one, I'm using this Woodware Fox. This is, I think, from last season, maybe even the season before. It's called Foxy Christmas. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp him. So I brought out a block. And I'm going to stamp him twice because I want the background to be in both of the red and blue color combos that I picked out today. So, pick him up. And I'm using ink today that is good for alcohol markers, so I can go back in and ink and color this in. This is Memento Tuxedo Black. I'm going to ink 2 of him, right towards the middle-ish. For these next ones, I am using this Visible Image Ho 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 set. And this is more of an art set. It's got the hat, the beard, and the glasses with no face in the middle. So So for this guy, I have a mask, and I already stamped it and cut it on my favorite masking paper, and I will link it below. It's not actually marketed as masking paper, but I love it for the price point per sheet. Now, it's a couple dollars more than a smaller pack that you could buy, but the like per inch cost is a lot lower. And it would be really cool if I could get it off of the backing. So, beardy part. This one I want to get as close to following the lines of the stamp as possible underneath. There's a tiny piece right there that might show. Nope, that's good. Great. And then his hat. Let's see, what if we do it like this? Nope, nope. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Hope I can figure out how to reposition the rest of them. Again, I'm using my same color combination. Cracked pistachio is first. Let me put another piece of tape down here. So here he is, the brother, the twin. This one I'm going to do in the other color combination, but what I want to do is go ahead and take these off and put them right onto this one. And we'll see how this looks. There we go. And the beard. Oops, I ripped it. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at how cool it looks. I love it. I don't even know if I'm going to color this in now. We'll decide later. It's so fabulous, if I do say so myself. Now this one I ripped, so I've got these two little pieces. I'm going to have to remember to be careful on this part. Maybe I'll just take a little piece of the tape that I have scattered all over my desk and tape it down, just so I remember. And so this I'm going to set aside again for later. Because basically I still have this pistachio and festive berry on the stencils. I didn't want to have to rinse it off a bunch of times, so I'm going to finish up with whatever I'm going to do with these stencils, which is this guy. So this guy I'm doing the same way. I've got my masking paper, and let's see. I stamped it, and when I cut this one out, instead of going right along the line, I did kind of an outline. So when the color goes down from the stencil, it'll kind of be almost like a spotlight effect, I think. So now the key here is going to be getting this where the lines line up. I don't know if I can see through it. And I did wipe down my surface. I wiped down these. I didn't wash anything with like soap and water or anything because I'm basically going to be using the same colors on the stencils as I was before. So, and then I just put my tape away. Threw out all the old chunks of tape that now this is my favorite pointy pokey tool. It is not a craft item. It is a dental tool. I do buy them on Amazon. I can link it below in case you're interested in looking at this one. It's my favorite. Okay, I went ahead and I cut out a bunch of these sentiments from this Sizzix Tim Holtz, I think it's called Holiday Phrases or Holiday Words. Holiday Words die set. What I would have done differently if I'd have thought about it is they're really thin, just like it shows here. I probably would have put double-sided adhesive on the back of the cardstock so it would make it easier to adhere. So I had to fuss with the liquid glue, but it turned out okay. So let me show you what I ended up with. So I thought a peace sentiment on some of these would be good since it's got the tie-dye. I went ahead and put some, I don't know what these are. They're like enamel, but they're glitter. And so that one is pretty plain, but there's kind of still a lot visually going on. So I didn't make it too blingy. This is another one. The cracked pistachio and the here you can see the difference in the colors in the two color combos that I chose. When you put this next to this red, it definitely looks orange, but when you take it away and you look at it itself, it has some pretty obvious red areas, and so some of it just looks like the red is just a little lighter. And I really like kind of the way that worked out. These ones are the ones with the stamps. So here I colored him in, but I didn't want to do too much. I wanted the colors to be kind of soft and muted, except for, of course, that little heart. And then, I don't know if you can see it, but I went ahead and put the shimmer pen on all of those white parts. And then on this one as well. And then this one I decided to leave as is. I decided not to color it, and I like the way that both of these turned out. It's pretty fantastic, and I had never used this kind of artsy stamp set before, really, but I you know, it just kind of worked out with the way that I wanted these cards to be. So I still don't know if I would buy more of them, but it was still Christmas, so I figured that I might be able to use it, and it turned out great. So those are all of our cards. Thanks again for watching another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you know when I do my next live. You never know when I'm going to give away a project or a prize during a live show. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget, safety first.